Much better. Pwede ka na siyang gawing peg. Okay, bakit kaya sir si SO3 2 minus yung kanyang charge? Bakit kaya si SO4 no 2 minus yung kanyang charge? Paano kaya natin nakaka-calculate yan? Okay, we're going to discuss that in your formal charge calculations. Okay, we're also going to discuss chemical structures such as your Kekule structures, your Lewis bond structures, condensed structures, skeletal structures, etc. Okay, for chemical bonding theory, the main group element is governed by their tendency to take the electron configuration of the nearest noble gas. So in this case, yung mga noble gases natin, we have your helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, and radon. Okay? So, pina-follow natin yung octet rule na tinatawag natin in which there should be an 8 electron in the outermost shell, which is called your valence shell. No? So, that 8 electrons imparts what we call your special stability. Atoms bond together because the resulting compounds are more stable than separate atoms. Okay? So, lagi dapat, kunwari, we have your fluorine atom. Si fluorine, gusto niya lagi siyang may 8 na electrons. Okay? So, that's what we call your valence electrons. No? 8 sa kanyang outermost shell. Same with your sodium. No? Dapat gusto niya meron siyang 8. Okay? So, what happens, sir, if may charge ka, di ba? Sabi natin, for fluorine, ang kanilang charges is -1 for halogens. And for sodium, no, ang kanilang charges ay 1+. Okay, paano kaya nangyayari yon? Okay, for that case, no, si fluorine, ibig sabihin lang yan, clear ko lang ha. Erase, erase, erase. Erase ko lang. Erase, erase. Ano kaya nangyayari yun? No? So si fluorine, ibig sabihin lang yan, yung kanyang valence electron sa kanyang outermost shell is kulang ng isa. Okay? Kaya siya may -1. While for sodium, yung kanyang electron sa kanyang outermost shell is sobra ng isa. Okay? So in that case, si sodium kasi ganyan siya. Kompleto na yung kanyang second to the last valence electron shell. Then sa kanyang pinaka valence electron shell, sobra siya ng isa. So ano kaya mas madaling gawin ni sodium? Kumuha ng electron kay fluorine o i-donate na lang yung electron sa kanyang outermost shell? Okay, si Sam.
I-donate niya po, sir.
Okay, mas madali sa kanya na i-donate, no, instead na kumuha siya ng electron. Imbes na kunin niya lahat ng electron ni fluorine para makabuo siya ng 8, ang gagawin na lang ni sodium is i-donate na lang niya kay fluorine yung electron niya. So in that case, si sodium, ang matitira sa kanya, 8, sorry, Na pala. And then for fluorine, magiging 8 na rin siya. So this is what we call your ionic bonding. No? For ionic bonding, nagdo-donate yung metal natin sa non-metal ion ng kanilang outermost shell. So that is true for your calcium, no? Si calcium 2+. So that means si calcium meron siyang sobra na 2. So, aluminum 3, ibig sabihin si aluminum may sobra na 3. Okay? For oxygen, di ba, ang charges ni oxygen -2. So, that means yung oxygen natin kulang ng 2. Si nitrogen, -3. So, that means si nitrogen natin kulang ng 3. Nagets po ba? Nagets? Clear?
Yes po, sir.
Okay, sure ha? Na-clear yon? Okay, how about for covalent bonding? That is only true for ionic bonding. Ha? Remember, for ionic bonding, that would be a non-metal plus, a metal plus a non-metal. How about for covalent bonding? For covalent bonding, it only happens between a non-metal plus non-metal. Okay, so sorry, nag-alarm yung aking cellphone. Okay? For them, it is easier to share electrons rather than to get yung mga electrons from their counterparts. No? An example of which is between 2 atoms of oxygen. So remember, si oxygen natin, kulang siya ng 2. Tama ba? 2 minus. And then for another oxygen, kulang siya ng 2. 2 minus. So anong gagawin na lang ni oxygen? Okay? For oxygen, to get 8 electrons, ang gagawin niya, mag-share na lang siya ng electron with another atom of oxygen. So that states that, that means that instead of getting electrons, they are now sharing it. Okay, so again, covalent bonding only happens between non-metals plus non-metals. The same thing is true with your carbon dioxide. Okay? So si carbon, ang kanya, since group 4 siya, meron siyang 4. Tama ba ako? Tama ba ako, Althea? Carbon, group 4, meron siyang 4 na electron. So again, for charges ni carbon, pwede siyang +4, pwede siyang -4. So it really depends. No? Your carbon can act as a metal and a non-metal. Okay. So to become stable, no, pwede siyang makipag-share ng 2 electron kay oxygen dito and then also another 2 electron kay oxygen dito. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So stable na sila, no? So for oxygen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, ay di, sobra pala ako ng electron kay oxygen. Ganyan lang pala. Okay? Sobra tayo ng electron kay oxygen. Mababiolate natin yung octet rule. Okay, for oxygen, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sir, bakit ganon? 4 lang yung nilagay mo na electron kay oxygen. Hindi ba kulang siya? Pag binilang mo yung bonding, di ba? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Tama ba yung logic ko? Doon, Althea? 6 lang? Tama ba yung logic natin? Actually, mali yung logic ni Sir. No? Sabi ni Sir, kailangan may 8 ka na valence electron. Okay guys, for your covalent bonding, you have to treat your bonds as 2 electrons. Okay, so in this case, your oxygen is bonded to your carbon with 2 bonds. Okay, so bond number 1 at bond number 2. So each bond is equivalent to 2 electrons. Okay, so yun yung equivalence natin ha sa covalent bonding. So that means hindi natin na-violate yung octet rule. Alright ko lang ha. Okay? Meron kang 2 electrons for oxygen, 2 electrons dito sa baba. Meron ka ng 4 na electrons. Tama ba ako, Andrea? Kasi Sefe pala, 2 pala Andrea dito. Tama ba ako, Sefe?
Yes po.
Okay. Meron na tayong 4 na electrons. Okay, so sabi natin, each bond consists of 2 electrons as well. So meron akong another bond here and another bond here. So 2 and 4. So 4 plus 4 is equal to 8. So hindi natin na-violate yung octet rule. Meron ka pa rin 8 na 8 electron. Okay, i-calculate naman natin yung oxygen sa kabila. Ganun din, no? So meron kang 2 electron dito, 2 electron dito, so meron kang 4. Okay, meron kang isang bond dito, meron kang isang bond dito. Again, for each bond, that is equivalent to 2 electrons. So 2 and then 4. So 4 plus 4, meron kang 8. Tama ba ako, Jamil? Yes. Mali ba sa logic ko?
Tama.
Tama, okay. And then, for carbon, since sabi natin, for each bond, that would be equivalent to 2 electrons. No? So, meron kang 1, 2, 3, 4. So, meron kang 4 bonds times 2 na electrons. So, therefore, meron kang 8. Okay? Did we follow the octet rule, Francine? Okay, so we did follow the octet rule. Ha? Okay? So again, for ionic bonding, no, that is between a metal and non-metal, mas madali sa kanilang i-donate na lang yung electron nila sa kanilang outermost shell or valence shell. No? For sodium, yung sobra niya na isang electron, pwede niya na i-donate. For calcium, yung sobra niya na 2 electron, pwede niya na i-donate. For aluminum, yung sobra niya na 3 electrons, pwede niya na i-donate. But for non-metal and non-metal, since magkakadikit sila in terms of periodicity, no? So mapapansin mo, halos magkadikit si carbon tsaka si oxygen. Ano lang ba ang pagitan nila? Si nitrogen lang, no? Group 4A tsaka group 6A. So since sila magkakadikit sila, mas madali sa kanilang mag-share ng electron kaysa mag-donate. So in this case, covalent bonding yung tawag sa sharing of electrons. Mabilis ba? O, sakto lang, Carly Joy. Si CJ. Mabilis ba? Sakto lang.
Sakto lang po.
Okay. So nagets ha, between the chemical bonding theory. Okay? So for carbon bonds to other atom, they are not gaining or losing electron, but they are sharing them. So this sharing of electron is called your covalent bonding. Okay? So the number of covalent bonds and atom force depends on how many additional valence electron it needs to reach a noble gas configuration. For helium pala, by the way, dalawa lang yung kailangan niya. Ha? So for hydrogen, nakadikit ni helium, dalawa lang din yung kailangan ni hydrogen. Okay? So remember, isa lang naman yan, or dalawang element, no? We have your hydrogen and helium. Yung kanilang outermost shell, hindi nila kailangan makabuo ng 8. Dalawa lang. Ha? Pero for the rest of the elements, for their noble gas configuration, kailangan nila makabuo ng 8. Okay? So, sino ba next ni helium? Si neon, di ba? So, si neon, kailangan niya na makabuo ng 8. Okay? Si argon yung next, kailangan niya na makabuo ng 8. Okay? Next, we have your krypton, kailangan niya na makabuo ng 8. We have your xenon, kailangan niya na makabuo ng 8. And then for radon, kailangan niya nang makabuo ng 8. Okay? Again, we only have 2 elements that requires 2 valence electron. Let me show you an example. So, recall this formula. Sino nakakaalala nito from your senior high or kahit high school chemistry? Anong tawag sa compound na yan? Madali lang yan. It is a greenhouse gas as well as a hydrocarbon. CH4. Si Christy, naaalala? From your senior high days or kahit nung high school days kayo, nagkikem kayo.
Methane po, sir.
Okay, so this is your methane molecule. So buuin natin yung itsura ni methane. Okay? So ganito yung tinatawag nating Kekulé structure ni methane. Okay? So when we say Kekulé structure, ganyan yung itsura nun. Mamaya i-discuss natin yun sa chemical structures. Okay. So again, for hydrogen, ang kailangan niya lang mabuo ay 2. So meron siyang isang bond. So sabi natin, ang isang bond is equivalent to 2 electrons. Tama ba? So si hydrogen sa taas, may 2 ng electron. Si hydrogen sa kanan, may 2 ng electron. Si hydrogen sa kaliwa, may 2 na ring electron. And then si hydrogen sa baba, may 2 ng electron. Is that clear? Colleen, is that clear?
Opo.
Okay. And then, for your carbon, ito siya, ilan na yung electron niya? Ilan ba yung bonds niya? 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So, 4 times 2, that would be 8. Okay? For carbon, again, it has to follow the octet rule in which there should be 8 electrons in the valence shell, while for hydrogen, and in this case, helium, they only need 2 electrons in their valence shell. Okay? Clear? Madali lang yan tandaan. 2 H. Si hydrogen tsaka si helium. 2 lang yung kanilang electron. Ayan. So sabi dito, hydrogen has 1 valence electron and needs 1 more to reach helium configuration. So it only forms 1 bond. Okay? Meanwhile, your carbon has 4 valence electrons and needs 4 more to reach neon configuration. So it forms 4 bonds. Okay? So for nitrogen, it has 5 valence electrons, so it needs to form 3 bonds. Okay, so in this case, we have your ammonia, kunwari NH3. Okay, so sabi natin, si nitrogen, ilan ba yung kanyang electron? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. Okay, so itong electron na to, pwede nyo na lang i-share sa hydrogen. Tatanggalin ko electron dito, lipat ko sa kanan, ha? Lipat ko lang dito. Itong electron na to, pwede nyo lang i-share sa hydrogen. Itong electron na to, kailangan nyo lang i-share sa hydrogen. So, bilangin natin, hydrogen may 2 electron kasi 2 lang naman kailangan niya. Si hydrogen sa baba, may 2 electron kasi 2 lang naman kailangan niya. And then, si hydrogen sa kaliwa, may 2 electron kasi 2 lang naman yung kailangan niya. How about for nitrogen? Nakabuo ba tayo ng octet rule? Meron kang 2. So, 2 plus 1, 2, 3. So, 3 times, so sabi natin, bawat bond is equal to 2 electrons. So, 3 times 2. So, this will be equal to 8. Okay? Nagets ba yun? Clear? Mabilis? Eldritch? Sakto lang? Nashlin?
Sakto lang po, sir.
Sir kayo ha? Sakto lang ha? Okay, so another example para mas clear. So we have here what we call your water molecule, H2O. Okay? So sabi natin, si oxygen, meron siyang 6 kasi nga group 6 siya. Meron siyang 6 na electron. Si hydrogen, isa lang. Okay, so i-share niya yon and then i-share niya yon. Okay, magbilang tayo. For hydrogen sa kanan, 2 electron. For hydrogen sa kaliwa, 2 electron. How about for oxygen? So meron ka ditong 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 plus, ilan to? 1 and then 2. Times 2. So meron kang 8. Okay? So ganun lang siya kadali. Promise. How about for halogens? Kunwari, meron kang HF. No, they have your hydrofluoric acid. Okay, HF yung ating molecule, ha? Sabi natin, sila halogen, since group 7 sila, meron na silang 7 na electron sa kanilang outermost shell. And then si hydrogen, may isa. So, i-share niya na lang yung electron niya dito sa fluorine. So, si hydrogen sa kaliwa, meron na siyang 2 electron. So, kompleto na yung kanyang configuration. While for fluorine, meron kang 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 plus isang bond times 2. Kasi nga 2 electron for each bond. So, this will be equal to 8. Okay? Clear, Faith?
Yes po, sir.
Clear ba dyan? Walang question, ha? Sakto lang. Okay. So let's now go to how we represent this chemical bonding theory. We have your Lewis structure. They represent the valence shell electron as dots. Okay? So yung kanina, no, si methane, Kekulé structure kasi yung tawag dito, guys. Ha? Again, this is your Kekulé structure. For Lewis structure, pwede natin siyang i-represent as dots. Okay? So sabi natin, bawat bonding 2 electron yung katumbas. So walang problema. Di gawin mo 2 electron yung bondings mo. Diba? Madali lang. That's your Lewis structure. Okay? So a stable molecule results whenever 8 dots or an octet for main group atoms or 2 dots for hydrogen is achieved. Diba? Madali lang. That's your Lewis structure. So try natin. How many hydrogen atoms does a phosphorus bond in your phosphine? Okay, anong group ba si phosphorus? Si Irish N. Si Irish N saka si Irish B. Si Irish N. Irish Nicole. Anong group number si phosphorus? Tulog na? Aga pa, huy. 8 o'clock pa lang, tulog ka na. Si Irish B.
Ako, sir.
Gising ka pa. Anong group si phosphorus? Dali, sa periodic table.
Hindi ko po kasama yung periodic table ko.
Wala, ba't iniwan mo? Anyone, guys? Anong group si phosphorus sa periodic table? Okay, si CJ. Tagal naman sumagot.
15 po.
Ha?
15.
Okay, 15 daw. So that's your group 5A. Okay, so again, I use this convention, ha? So group 5A for phosphorus. That means your phosphorus already has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, your phosphorus already has 5 outermost electrons or valence electrons. Okay, so how many hydrogens that is required to form or to complete the octet rule of your phosphorus? So, meron kang kulang dito. Kunwari, ayan. Isa. Ito, 2. Ito, 3. So, okay. So, for phosphine molecules, you will need 3 hydrogens to complete the octet rule of your phosphorus. Is that clear? Clear? Naguguluhan? Sino naguguluhan? Dali, wag na mahiya. Okay, naguguluhan daw si CJ. Ulitin natin, CJ. Okay, ulit. Ano lang naman pa, guys? Technically, bilangan lang naman to ng electrons. Okay, let's start with the fundamental rule of your octet rule. Okay, CJ, ano ba yung fundamental rule ng octet rule? Ilan dapat yung mabuo nating electrons kay phosphorus para maging stable siya? Octet. So, nandun na yung word, octet. October. Anyone can help CJ? Ano yung fundamental rule? Okay, si Mark Andrea Francine. Binuo eh. No?
Ano po, 8.
8. Sa ilan na yung electron natin for phosphorus since part siya ni group 5A?
5.
5. Ilan na lang yung electron na kailangan natin? Para
Tatlo
mabuo
po.
natin yun. Okay, sa tatlo. Ganun lang siya kadali. So, since kailangan natin ng 8 and 3 na lang yung kailangan natin, edi makikipag-share na lang siya sa hydrogen ng tigi-tigi isang electron for each hydrogen. So therefore, kailangan niya ng 3 hydrogen para mabuo niya yung octet rule niya. So same principle lang yan dun sa kanina natin ginagawa sa Kekulé structure. So ganyan lang yung magiging itsura niya. Okay? So kanina, sa Kekulé structure, binibilang natin yung electron. So 1, 2. Ito yun, 2. Tapos ilang bonds meron ka? 1, 2, 3. So plus 3 times, 3 times 2. So this will be equal to 8. Okay? So therefore, you will need 3 hydrogen atom for your phosphine molecule to complete the octet or the valence electron of your phosphorus. Is that clear? Clear na, CJ? Clear na, Mafi? Okay. Okay, for this one, we're going to do what are likely chemical formula for the following substances. So we have here CHXCl2. So how many hydrogen does your carbon required to complete the octet role? So kumpletuhin muna natin. Si carbon, part of group 4, so 4. And then for chlorine, part of group 7. So meron siyang 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Dalawa daw yung chlorine natin. 7. Tama, paano na kaya yung bonding niyan, guys? Okay? So ilang electrons na lang yung kailangan ni chlorine para mabuo niya yung kanyang octet rule, si Isri?
Isa na lang po.
Isa na lang. So si carbon, pwede siyang makipag-share ng tig-isang electron dito kay chlorine na to, tsaka kay chlorine na to. Okay, share ha, hindi transfer. Again, transferring is only applicable for ionic bondings, that's between metal and non-metal. But in this case, we only have non-metal plus non-metal. So we share. Okay? So let's represent sharing as like this. No? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then for this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in this case, kompleto na ba, Isri, yung octet rule ng dalawang chlorine natin?
Yes po.
So satisfy na natin. Ilan pa yung natitira nating electron for carbon, Isri?
2 po.
Okay, may 2 pa tayo. So, kompleto na ba yung octet rule ni carbon, Kelsey? Ilan na yung electrons natin in this case? Di pa, no? So, in this case, ang electron natin, 1, 2, tapos meron kang 2 bonds, that's 4. So, 6 pa lang si carbon, di pa kompleto yung octet rule. Pero pwede ka daw magkabit sa kanya ng hydrogen. Hindi lang natin alam kung ilang hydrogen. So try natin. Kabit natin si hydrogen dito. Kompleto na ba yung octet rule? Kelsey? Kompleto na ba yung octet rule ni carbon? Hindi pa rin. So try natin dito sa taas. Kabitan natin siya. In this case, Kelsey, kompleto na? Ayan. So, kompleto na. No? So, naka-4 na bonds na tayo kay carbon. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So, 4 times 2, 8. For chlorine, meron kang 2, 4, 6 plus 1 times 2. So, 8. And then, for hydrogen, since ang kanyang kailangan lang naman is 2 electrons, so, meron siyang 1 na bond times 2. So, meron kang 2. Gets? Clear? Mabilis? Sakto lang? Sam, sakto lang. Algin, sakto lang ba? Mabilis. Okay, so sakto lang daw, ha? So therefore, we can imply, may shortcut yan. Carbon, kailangan niya palaging makabuo ng 4 bonds. Okay? For group 5 elements such as your nitrogen and phosphorus, kailangan nila makabuo ng 3 bonds. For group 6 elements, that's your oxygen and sulfur, kailangan lagi nila makabuo ng 2 bonds. And then for halogens or your group 7 elements, your fluorine, your chlorine, bromine, tsaka iodine, kailangan nila makabuo ng 1 bond. Okay? So this is for covalent bonding. Clear? Shortcut lang yan. Madali lang yan tandaan. Again, group 4, 4 bonds. Group 5, sorry. Group 5A, 3 bonds. Group 6A, 2 bonds. And then group 7A, 1 bond. Shortcut lang yan. Mga realizations. Okay? So how about for this one? CH3SHX. Yes, okay. So tama si VJ, no? CH2Cl2. So ang kanyang chemical formula should be CH2Cl2. CH2Cl2. Okay, for this one, so buuin muna natin. Carbon, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hydrogen, 3 daw, meron ka. Tapos si sulfur. Anong group number si sulfur again? Ayun na ba tayo? Hey Mariel, anong group number si sulfur again?
6 po.
6. So ilan yung kanyang valence ngayon, Mariel?
6 po.
Yeah, much better. So 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? Ilan daw na hydrogen yung kailangan mong ikabit kay sulfur para maging stable siya? Okay? So, inisipin natin si carbon muna, yung central carbon natin. So, meron kang C. May nakakabit daw sa kanya na 3 hydrogen. 1, 2, 3. Okay? And then, kumpleto na ba yung carbon natin? Ayun na ba tayo? Kay Princess. Kumpleto na ba, Princess, yung ating carbon? Or meron pang kulang?
Kumpleto na po, sir.
Actually, may kulang pa, no? So, 3 pa lang yung bonds. Again, for group 4 elements such as their carbon, kailangan niya maka-4 na bonds. Okay, so logically speaking, we can attach the bond to your sulfur. Kasi yun lang yung kadikit niyang element eh. So, basing on the molecular formula alone, since nakakabit ka na ng 3 hydrogen, ang susunod na element na sa hydrogen mo is si sulfur. So, kakabitan natin siya ng sulfur. Okay? So, nawala na. Itong bond na, itong electron nito na sulfur, nakipag-share siya electron nito ni carbon. Tapos yung mga electrons ni hydrogen, ayan. Yung electron ni hydrogen, ayon. Tapos electron ni hydrogen, ayan. Okay. So, ilan na lang yung kailangan natin para mabuo yung octet rule ni sulfur? Ayun na ba tayo? Kay Rafael. Ilan na lang? So, since nakipag-share na tayo. 6 pa, dami ng hydrogen na yun ah. So, 1. So, since sinare na natin to, itong electron na to, so meron ka na lang 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? So, ilan na? Bilangin natin kung ilan na electron ni sulfur. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, meron kang 5 plus bond isa times 2, yung equivalent na electron niyan. So, meron ka ng 7. So, ilan pa yung kailangan natin para mabuo yung octet rule natin? Rafael pa din kasi hindi ka nakasagot.
Wait lang po, sir.
Sige lang. Ilan
Isa
pa?
po.
Isa. Okay. So therefore, we can imply na itong HX na to, kailangan natin ng isa pang hydrogen para mabuo yung octet rule ni sulfur. Let's verify. Okay? Again, sulfur. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Okay? Plus. Ilang bonds? 2. Times, again, for each bond, there is 2 electrons, or there are 2 electrons. Sorry for the wrong grammar. So, 4 plus 2 times 2, that would be 8. So, kompleto na ba yung octet rule ni sulfur? Okay? So, therefore, this compound, no, ang kanyang molecular formula is CH3SH. Okay, CH3SH. Yun yung kanyang molecular formula. Para mabuo yung octet rule ng bawat atom sa loob ng molecular formula. Nagets? Clear? Axel, mabilis? Sakto lang?
Sakto lang po, sir.
Kayang masagutan pag nagpa-quiz ako ngayon?
Wala, sir. Kalma lang po.
Okay, so may question si Janet. Kadadating lang ni Janet. So hopefully may nagre-record na para sa benefit ni Janet. Mahirap naman, isang oras na tayo halos sa discussion. Okay, naka-record na, sabi ni Francis. Okay, so let's try this one. So same logic with your second example. So meron kang carbon na nakakabit sa tatlong hydrogen. Ito yon. Okay, so CH, H, H. So since hindi pa kompleto yung octet rule ni carbon, pwede pa natin siya ikabit doon sa susunod na element, which is your nitrogen. Makabitan natin siya ng nitrogen. Kompleto na ba si carbon? Kompleto na ba, Renz?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so kompleto na. So question, sir, bakit hindi mo pwedeng ikabit ng double bond yun? E di, pagka kinabit mo siya ng double bond, mababiolate mo yung octet rule. So meron ka ng 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 electrons na yan. So bawal yon, hanggang 8 lang. Okay? So, ang pwede mo lang ikabit ay single bond, ha? Clear yon. Bawal nyo i-violate yung octet rule, ha? Pero, merong mga elements such as your sulfur, your xenon, saka si phosphorus. They are what we call your special case elements. Okay? Ang pwede lang mag-violate ng octet rule is itong tatlo. Okay? Sulfur, phosphorus, and xenon. Okay? So, in that case, since meron akong isang nakakabit kay nitrogen, so, ilan ba yung ilan ba yung valence electron ni nitrogen? Since part siya ni group 5, na meron kong 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tapos, yung isang electron daw, shinare niya kay carbon. So, ilan na lang electron na natitira sa akin? 1, 2, 3, 4. Tama? Tama ba ako? Si Ann. Tama ba ako, Ann?
Sir, ako po.
Okay, so tama ako. Siyempre, tama ako. Okay, so kompleto na ba yung octet rule ni nitrogen, Ann? Kompleto na ba yung 8 niya?
Apo.
Hindi pa. So bilangin natin, Ann. So meron kang 2 electron dito. Meron kang 2 dito. So meron kang 4. Plus, meron ka isang bond. Since isang bond is 2 electron, so meron ka palang 6. Ilan pa yung kulang natin, Ann, para mabuo yung octet rule?
2 po.
2. Okay. So, bubuuin natin siya gamit yung bonding with hydrogen. Okay? So, that means, nawala yung pen. Etong electron na to, pwede natin i-share kay hydrogen. Etong electron na to, pwede natin i-share kay hydrogen. So, ayusin ko lang yung drawing, ha. Pero, yung mga electrons na yan, share natin. Ayusin ko lang yung pagkakadraw. So, meron tayo natitirang 2 electrons in that case. Okay, so ito, tapos ito. Sir, bakit may 2 ka pang natira? Again, itong electron na to, shinare natin kay hydrogen. Itong electron na to, shinare natin kay hydrogen. So may 2 ka pang natira. Okay, so question, Ann, kompleto na ba yung ating octet rule for nitrogen?
Apo.
Okay, kompleto na. No? So 2 plus 1, 2, 3. So sabi natin, bawat bonding that is equivalent to 2 electrons. So meron kang 6 plus 2, 8. Okay? So therefore, the chemical formula of this compound is CH3NH2. Clear? Clear ba, Rosebel? Kayang-kayang i-perfect?
Di pa, sir. Chill lang. Pero clear naman po.
Harap ng kape ni Renzo.
Sir?
Yes, question, Janet.
Okay lang po magtanong kung saan po galing yung 2, yung 3, tsaka yung isa pong 2.
Naku, ulit tayo sa umpisa pagka tinanong mo. Yung 2, ito ba? Ito yung tinatanong mo, Janet, yung 2. Pero kang 2 electrons kasi for nitrogen. Kasi si nitrogen is part of your group 5. So meron siyang 5 electrons. Okay? So yun, meron siyang 2. Meron siya natitirang 2. Tapos yung 3, meron kang 3 bonding. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Tapos times 2 siya kasi bawat bonding, Janet, no, it is equivalent to 2 electrons. Okay? So 2 plus 3 times 2, that would be 8. Okay? Clear yan, Janet?
Clear po. Thank you.
Okay, sige. Si Princess, may question daw, Princess?
Sir, may direction po ba na dapat sundan?
What do you
Kapag
mean by direction?
nagsusulat po.
kunwari, maglalagay po ng valence electron, tapos maglalagay ng bonding, sa left po na magsa-start or...
Hindi. Wala lang. Preference ko lang yung left side.
Okay po.
So, sabi ni Princess, no, kung gusto ko daw ganito, wala namang problema. Kung gusto mo isulat ng ganyan, o, di, sige, walang problema. Kung gusto mo isulat pababa, o sige, walang problema sa akin. Preference ko lang mag-umpisa sa left side. Kasi pagka nagsusulat tayo as Latin alphabet, sa left side tayo nag-uumpisa. Pero any case, kung Japanese ka, di pababa mo isulat, wala namang problema. Sino ba ang Japayuki dito? He's a racist. Okay? So kung gusto mo, Arabic, di ba yung mga Arabs, yung Arabic alphabet, pakaliwa yung kanilang sulat. From right to left yung kanilang sulat. So walang problema. Okay, clear yung discussion, question?